Yeah, so it's only just so that you can peek into us in the studio. Um, all right, okay. Where are we at 7:57? We are in the White Hart Hotel. We have the lovely Jane looking after us this morning. She's made a very nice cup of coffee. When I got in, everything was ready for me, ready to plug in, and away I go. Even then, I pulled a Demanio. We were about 3 minutes late on the air this morning. But there we go. You can't have everything, can you? We looked at the back pages, I mean, the front pages of the newspapers. Let's look at the back page. Um, uh, in the test. And we were doing quite well in the cricket. And Jack Leach confessed last night that he didn't realise his freakish dismissal of Henry Nicholls on the first day of the third test was legitimate. Nicholls trudged off just before tea at Headingley after a thudding straight drive ricocheted off the bat of Darrell Mitchell at the non-striker's end and into the hands of the fielder. Okay, Emma to play. Emma Raducanu, White Hope. I said White Hope. I'm using old phrases. I don't mean anything by it. Is we Emma Raducanu was said to be having panic attacks and so on. And she's only 19 or 20, for God's sake, thrown into the spotlight. But she seems like a very pleasant young lady and one that we wish well to. Right, cricket is a silly old game. How do we end the day? 228 for 5 we ended. Nobody reached 78 was the best score for the New Zealanders. But this poor chap is out caught of his own pal. Oh dear. Now somebody is saying, as a sun-baked Western terrace rose to its feet and roared in approval at Stuart Broad's dismissal of New Zealand captain Kane Williamson, it felt like any other Headingley test. But a few crowds make more of such big moments, and as the Western dwellers jumped, bounced, and clapped in unison with Broad, the scoreboard read 62 for 3. The dial track a pre-lunch high of 28 degrees, and the ransom cloud, the racism cloud that has been held over the Yorkshire club, briefly forgotten. Oh, it's far too down. I hate it when they put in headlines and then don't tell you what the hell it's all about until halfway through. Not good journalism, in my view. So there we are. Cool, my. Let's see. Leeds Rapina after his vital last day goal at Brentford. So there's a bit of football news. Then we get to the business news. So, not a great deal. I was cut open and they took all my insides out, inspiring rugby star Andrew Fenby on his recovery from cancer and how he now wants to make a difference. Right, okay. Well, we're looking for features, so not a hell of a lot of news from the actual pitch. So that's the stuff for the back pages. If you're a back page, you like the sports bit. There it is. What's the time now? Oh, it's 6. It's 8:01. 8:01. Let's play a little more music, shall we? I like this one actually. Down with Your Get Up by the Mini Vandals. Yeah, let's have a little go at that. first thing in the morning. Oh. Down with your get up from the Mini Vandals, and you're listening to Rouser Radio. We only do 3/4 of an hour in the morning just to get you ready for Mirador Television, which comes on at 8:30 and goes through till 11:30. And it has a variety of things. Nobody ever knows what's going to happen, and it's designed that way. It's designed like an old BBC program called Pebble Mill at One, where it was Pebble Mill at One always broadcast out of the atrium at Edgbaston. I don't think those studios are there anymore, but you walk in and you would be in the middle of a television program. And that's the idea behind Mirador from the Affairs from the Heart. The first hour, we are a bit more serious, but not a lot. But it's all good fun. And this morning we should have Melissa Conti from New York, letting us know what's happening over there. And also, with any luck, we'll have the return of Stephen Catlin. Stephen was a stalwart of Mirador for a number of years, and then became mayor, and because of conflict of interest, had to dump us, as it were. But he'll be back, and if anybody knows where the bodies are buried, it's Stephen. So a couple of things that are going to happen today, and hopefully one or two more bits and pieces as we go along. Hey. Yeah. Well, it's 8:05, is it? I better put my spectacles on. 8:05. It's 8:06. Oh, goodness gracious me. So only 4 minutes left. Well, a bit longer, 10 minutes. So basically, we are not very happy with the unions this morning. Indeed, we are not. It's amazing how selfish we've all become. We really have become very, very selfish as a nation. The only thing is, I think that it's probably replicated around the world. It is not nice to wallow in other people's misery, but that's exactly what the unions are doing. Oh, we'll wait until the summer holidays and then we'll have a go at them. Yeah, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Well, I don't have summer holidays. I don't have time for them, and I don't have the money for them. So you're not inconveniencing me, but you are an awful lot of people who work very hard and have worked hard throughout the pandemic, who want to go on holiday. And what you're saying is, screw you. We're going to stop you. All in our own interests, and that's what's wrong with our bloody community today. Our society it's all about me. And believe me, if you keep that up, there will be an explosion. And when those sort of explosions occur, what happens is it isn't the cream that comes out of the top, it's the chancer, the adventurer. And you then find out who or what it's like to be in charge and to be led by somebody who is less than worried about you and what you're doing. Yeah. Oh, it's just Keith carrying on. Mark my words. You are leading us to a very uncomfortable situation. And if we get back to the 1970s, is I, for one, would want to pack my bags and go somewhere else, not live in this country anymore. It was horrific, but of course most people, and particularly those who are in charge of the unions, and those who are beating the drum and moaning about their hard lot, and how much they need to keep the cost of living going, and have their 2 VTUs or CVUs or KVUs or whatever the hell they're called, and to be able to have their wives go down to the coffee shop and sit and do knitting and moan and chat and gossip. Yes, you didn't experience the 1970s. Well, I'll tell you, a summer of discontent is the most miserable situation you can possibly be in. In 1976, that's exactly what we had. A miserable, miserable, miserable situation. And you want to return to that? Do so. But don't expect, because what happened was, it laid the groundwork for Margaret Thatcher to take on the unions and win. You want that again? Yeah, go right ahead. See, you don't bother about history, do you? You don't put things into context. Now, it's what I want now. Stand on this foot. I don't know what I want, but I want it now. Yeah, miserable lot. Miserable lot. Train in Seaford Station yesterday morning, in which nobody could get on because it was going to Littlehampton non-stop. Why? Because that's where it was supposed to be. Common sense would have said is, well, if I'm going to Littlehampton, we'll just stop the train at each stop that it would have. No, can't do that. Can't do that because it's part of the strike action, part of the union. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. However, the England cricketers are doing quite well. I don't see them going on strike much before the end of this particular test. It's funny. At the beginning of the year, they were everybody's enemy. Well, not enemy, but everybody saw them as losers. They couldn't actually bowl an over that wasn't thrashed for 6. How quickly that can change. Now we've got a new vital team, much the same people, but a vitality, scoring runs left, right, and centre, taking wickets left, right, and centre. They're all pretty damn good. And that's very, very encouraging. We don't have to switch on the telly or look at the score and say, oh no, not again. No, we don't. Cricketers are doing very well. Thank you, cricketers. We really appreciate it. It's 11 minutes past 8. Let's have a little kind of a party. I like this one too. Not feeling bouncy this morning. that kind of a party. Yeah, I do. It's that's the Mini Vandals again. They do some good stuff. These Mini Vandals, I quite like them. That's why I keep them on the list, I guess, to play their stuff. And there's other stuff I've noticed in the library. I'm putting some stuff down to play, and it's very nice. Thank you, Mini Vandals. Okay, it's 14 minutes past 8. We disappear now because we need about 10 minutes or so to get ready for Mirador Television, which comes on in 15 minutes or so at 8:30. And it's the last of the week. Hopefully, we will have Melissa Conti on from New York, and we'll have Stephen Catlin in. And that's good news. So let's go to our Ben sound buddy, the familiar sound of us in the morning. Do join us on Monday. We look forward to having you. Till then, toodle pip. I don't understand why these things aren't coming through.